Here's your First Warn Weather Forecast First, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, it is a toasty one out there this afternoon as temperatures today have made it into the mid and upper 80s. I am live in downtown Rockford along the beautiful Rock River. Of course, it is Thursday, so you know what that means. We've got our dinner on the dock at Prairie Street Brewing here. It's a warm one if you are planning on heading out, warmer than what it's been the last couple of days. You can really feel the humidity out there, but for the most part, I think we are going to stay dry. Just some cloud cover building up here throughout the last several hours. Now, our temperatures have made it into the mid and upper 80s, but the heat index has pushed the low to mid 90s, so a little more on the toasty side out there. We are going to stay pretty quiet here as we go through this evening. I cannot completely rule out an isolated shower or two, primarily up to the north and to the east of us. You can see where some of those showers did come down, all tied into this weakening and decaying storm complex moving down now near St. Louis. We've got another little disturbance working in here late tonight that could bring us an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but otherwise partly cloudy and a warm one too. That humidity sticking around at least into the start of the weekend. Find out how hot it could feel tomorrow and where the heat advisory goes into effect. All coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
The owner of several small-town newspapers unexpectedly shuts down operations. How the shuttering of News Media Corporation impacts publications in local counties. Plus, a deadly helicopter crash in southern Illinois, the incident that has federal authorities investigating. And teaching nonprofit professionals about change through laughter. The event focusing on using AI for fundraising.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Thanks for joining us. Wendell is off tonight. News Media Corporation, which operates small-town newspapers in several areas, including Ogle and Lee counties, unexpectedly ceased operations. Eyewitness News reporter Tyler Sorensen was in Rochelle today talking to residents about this. Tyler, what did you hear?
Yeah, maybe everyone I talked to couldn't believe this happened just so abruptly. They're hoping now that someone will be able to step in to keep their neighbors up to date on what's happening around town. Now, the shutdown happened yesterday, with many locals finding out just through social media. Some people telling me they're worried for the people that work there, hoping they're able to find a new position soon, and others worried about the lost history and information during this time.
Thinking about the high school, the kids, the sports, the summer programs, the recognition for all of that. Even, I'm sad to say, the obituaries in the paper are things that we have collected as part of our local history. And now, gosh, we don't have the newspaper.
Now, while I was at News Media Corporation today, I talked with the owner of the company, asking about the reasoning behind the shutdown and what's next for the employees. And all he could tell me is no comment. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Tyler. 2 people are dead after their helicopter crashed into a barge on the Mississippi River. Emergency crews from Missouri and Illinois responded to the scene near Alton, just north of St. Louis. The National Transportation Safety Board says the helicopter hit transmission lines over the river and crashed. The barge then caught fire. Right now, it's not believed anyone on the barge was hurt. The FAA and NTSB are investigating. Boone County Sheriff will seek re-election in 2026. Eyewitness News is your local election headquarters. Sheriff Scott Young announced his campaign today. He served in the role since 2022, succeeding former Sheriff David Ernst. Young is seeking the Republican nomination. In a statement today, Sheriff Young said in part, quote, "Serving in this role has been a great honor, especially as a lifelong resident of Boone County. I'm proud of what we've accomplished together over the past 3 years, and I remain committed to keeping our community safe, strong, and supported." A fundraising conference with some local nonprofit takes a twist using comedy. The one-day event called The Comedy of Change took place at the Nordloff Center today. The focus is on artificial intelligence in nonprofit fundraising and how to explore ethical uses of AI. Speakers address the topic through a comedic lens.
We have to have fun in the work that we're doing. We spend 40 hours a week or more, definitely more, doing this work, and we all love it, but it is stressful, and so we have to laugh about it, and we really try to infuse joy into professional development.
Following the conference, everyone was invited to a networking happy hour at the Community Foundation of Northern Illinois. State Line Realtors team up for a fundraiser of epic proportions. The Northwest Illinois Alliance of Realtors held its annual Epic Water Battle in Loves Park today. Association members split into teams and competed to fill the opposing team's bucket with water first. Proceeds for the event go toward different charities every year. This year, it's all for Rock House Kids, an organization that supports at-risk youth.
Every year we choose a different charity. The committee votes on a local charity to support, to raise money for, and then we do several events throughout the year, water battle being the one in the summertime.
Yeah. A total of 10 teams competed for various awards, including Most Team Spirit, Most Money Raised, and Overall Tournament Champion. This month marks 1 year since the opening of Hard Rock Casino Rockford, and they're celebrating with a new custom slot machine that fits right into the decor. Rick Nielsen's five-neck fortune now sits on the casino's gaming floor. The Rockford native and Cheap Trick guitarist showed off the new machines today. His signature five-neck guitar acts as three wild cymbals. The game offers a maximum jackpot of over 22,000 credits. The casino's president tells us this is just the start of this month's festivities.
We're kind of using it the whole month as a celebration. So we have Rick's unveiling of his machines. We got 815 Day right around the corner. We have our anniversary at the end of the month. So we have programmed things throughout the entire month that we're pretty excited about.
Hard Rock Casino Rockford's president also confirmed singer CeeLo Green will perform at the venue for 815 Day, which is just next Friday, August 15th. Eyewitness News is teaming up with the Rock River Valley Blood Center for a community blood drive. Monday, August 11th, we'll be broadcasting live from Anderson Kia on Perryville. You can sign up for an appointment now by just scanning that QR code there on your screen, or we do have a link to sign up on our website, mystateline.com. We'll have swag bag giveaways for donors as well as raffle items, all thanks to Anderson Kia. The White House's sweeping tariffs finally took effect overnight. Coming up, how this could impact countries worldwide and what the cost of goods here in the U.S. And tonight at 6, a Rockford business has been making products locally since the early 80s. We're going to visit Ever Ready Grinding and Pin Manufacturing in tonight's Made in the State Line.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Sports Director Scott Lever, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Sweeping tariffs are now in effect after dozens of countries failed to meet a midnight deadline with the Trump administration. According to the nonpartisan Yale Budget Lab, the important duties are now the highest they've been since the Great Depression. Selena Wang has the latest.
Stocks mostly lower today on Wall Street as Trump's sweeping tariffs took effect at midnight. More than 90 countries now facing tariffs ranging from 15% to as high as 41% on their goods coming into the U.S., with almost all imported goods subject to a 10% tariff.
The tariffs, I think, we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs.
Roughly a dozen countries, including the UK, Japan, and South Korea, have worked out trade deals, but others facing steep levies. Switzerland hit with a 39% tariff. The owner of a Geneva watch store is predicting U.S. sales will plummet.
Right now, we're living the nightmare that we had hoped wouldn't come to be, where we're basically going to have to put the American market kind of on pause.
Other countries are scrambling to find alternative customers to the U.S. market.
This is an opportunity for Brazil to become less dependent, to diversify markets.
The tariffs will be paid by American companies, which many say will then pass costs on to consumers. A report from Yale Budget Lab shows it could cost the average household an additional $2,400 this year. Experts warning Americans could now face higher prices on everything from electronics and toys to clothes, furniture to produce and cars.
I actually purchased a car because I was worried about the tariffs coming up, honestly.
The president is betting tariffs will drive up manufacturing in the U.S., but many business owners, especially small businesses, say it just isn't realistic to make products in the U.S.
It's not just the product, putting it together. That could be done here. It would be more expensive here, and we'd have to pass that on to consumers.
The president also says more tariffs could be on their way, including an across-the-board 100% tariff on semiconductors. That could drive up prices on everything from electronics, appliances, and cars. Selena Wang, ABC News, the White House.
Here in the state line, more humidity. When we come back, Candace gives us her full forecast live from Dinner on the Dock.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Hey, well, I'm live down here in downtown Rockford at Prairie Street Brewing, here right along the Rock River for Dinner on the Dock. Takes place every Thursday, runs through the end of August, beginning of September. And joining me here, you saw we've got Tree Dogs, the Tree Dogs that'll be performing tonight, the musical guests. Yeah. So I have here with me Todd and Mike. You've come, you joined us. You made it. So guys, tell me a little bit about your band and the music you play.
We play both kinds of music. We play rock and roll.
Rock and roll?
Everything from the Beatles to Led Zeppelin, and there's something for everybody in there. We've been doing it about 10 years.
Wow, okay.
And we've really been looking forward to this one, and thank God Mother Nature looks like she's going to cooperate. It's our last one for a while, so we're going to play loud and have fun, and we hope everybody comes down and shows up. Summer's winding down.
Yeah, it is.
So get down here and see the Tree Dogs and have a good time.
So tell me, how did you guys get started?
So Mike and I have known each other for 160 years.
We grew up in church.
Something like that. We grew up in church together. We knew each other back in high school. Did a lot of stuff together, played ball together, did some music together. Then life took us in different directions, and about 10 years ago, he got a hold of me. He had written a bunch of originals. Needed somebody to make some noise with words, which is one of the things that I do.
Okay.
So, yeah, we originally started in the studio just recording stuff. Then added a couple of guys. He's got connections all over Rockford, and about 6 years ago we did this thing live with our current lineup, and it was a blast and had a lot of fun. And we don't do this for a living, we do this for fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
If it's not for fun, then I'm not sure what you're doing.
Then what you're doing,
That's
right?
Right.
Well, I heard you're guitar, right? You play the guitar?
I play guitar and I sing.
Okay.
He's lead guitarist.
Lead guitarist? Well, I heard you jamming out, so you guys are getting all set and getting ready to go here. Yeah. So it starts, well, Dinner on the Dock officially begins at 5, but the live music begins at 6 and runs through 9?
That's correct.
All right.
Or until we run out of gas.
Or until you run out of gas,
Yeah.
right? And then people, if they want to make a request, can they do that too for songs
Yes,
to
they
play?
can, and we ignore them immediately.
Yeah, as long as it's on our list.
That's right.
Sure.
Yeah. Can you play that one? We got that down.
How about this one right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, thanks so much for
Thanks,
taking some time to talk to me. I really appreciate it, and I am looking forward to hearing the music here tonight. And as you said, yeah, I think the weather is going to hold out. It's a little sweaty. It's a little hot, but that's okay. That's the end of August, right?
That's right.
The drinks are cold. Come on down.
That is very true. And yours truly will actually be the MC here for tonight. So I'm going to let you guys get back to practicing. Don't trip off the stage there, Aaron. We've got some quiet conditions out there right now. Let's take you over the Rock River, downtown Rockford here with our SkyTrack camera. We've got a few clouds out overhead, but intermixed with that, we've also got some sunshine too. So we'll call it a partly cloudy sky. There were a couple of very isolated showers that popped up earlier here this afternoon. Those were quick to kind of fade off to the north and to the northeast, but I can't completely rule out an isolated shower or two here through this evening. And then perhaps as we head into the overnight tonight, there's a little disturbance there back off to the west that could roll on through. Temperature-wise, it's a warm one. We're in the mid and upper 80s, but that heat index makes it feel more like the low 90s. Temperatures as we head through tomorrow and Saturday will reach that 90-degree mark, but notice that heat index peaking up close to 100 both days, so that humidity is planning on sticking around. We do have a heat advisory that goes into effect. Now, this is for our western counties, Stevenson, Joe Davies, Carrollton, Whiteside County, and that will begin tomorrow at 1 and run until 7 o'clock. Now, most of our time is going to be dry here for the next couple of days, but as I mentioned, we could see that isolated shower or two here later tonight and perhaps even in tomorrow, but we've got a lot of dry time tomorrow. There is a cold front that comes in from the northwest, and with that could increase our chance for some showers and thunderstorms there late Saturday into Sunday. It's possible that some heavy rain could come down with that, and with that could potentially lead us up to an inch or so of rainfall. But we also have to keep an eye out for the chance for maybe a strong storm or two during that time with some gusty winds perhaps. So 70 for tonight, that's it. It'll be a toasty one. Tomorrow we're back up close to 90 for the afternoon. Isolated thunderstorm or two, a little breezy too with that southerly wind. And notice those temperatures there as we go through the rest of the week, staying in the 80s with a chance for some thunderstorms there, maybe continuing as we head into next week.
All right, thanks, Candace. Drew Collins is in next with sports. The Chicago Bears are preparing for their first joint practice of the season. That's coming up next.
Now sports with Drew Collins.
The Chicago Bears are back in pads at Hallis Hall. They are preparing for their first joint practice with the Dolphins tomorrow. The boys brought some aggression, which was in order ahead of tomorrow's joint practice with the Dolphins. Although these practices under Coach Ben Johnson have been tough at times, he still knows how to have some fun. It's reported that the offense and defense swapped positions for a drive, and the losing team was forced to do some up-downs to finish. And if you're curious, the defensive players that switched the offense was the winning team. Defensive tackle Grady Jarrett and defensive coordinator Dennis Allen spoke on the team's priority on physicality this year.
What I like about joint practices is having the opportunity to compete against somebody else. As you can see, when we get a real chippy practice like we had the other day, we can be tired of seeing each other for a little while, you know, so you get to beat up on somebody else and just see where you stand.
We're excited about Dolphins coming in here for a joint practice tomorrow, so it'll be good for us to see something different, some new formations, some new motions, shifts, all those kinds of things.
Today marks public practice number 12 for Green Bay. The Packers and Jets will face off in Green Bay Saturday night for Game 1 of the preseason. Both Aaron Glenn and Matt LaFleur have decided to play their starters. Coach LaFleur emphasized the importance that goes into preseason games for both starters and backups.
Yeah, we'll do our best to give them all meaningful reps. Certainly some of those guys are going to play longer than others. And just my experience, I would say that I think it's good for all of our guys to kind of go knock the rust off a little bit, and understanding that there's a little bit of a risk with that. There's a lot of injury data that supports playing guys in the preseason in regards to reducing the injury risk early into the season.
The White Sox came into their final matchup with Seattle on a 3-game skid. They had that one tied up 2-2 in the 7th inning. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Don't mind me, I'm just over here singing. We've got a beautiful picture as we are live down here along the Rock River for dinner on the dock. It's a little toasty, but you know what? Don't let that stop you from coming out and enjoying this night. We've got the Tree Dogs that'll be performing here from 6 to 9. Hey, we've got a couple of isolated showers that popped up earlier today. The First Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Glass and More. Temperatures are in the mid-80s. We'll see those numbers slowly drop back through this evening here tonight, all the way down into the lower 70s. Could see an isolated thunderstorm later tonight and then into tomorrow. Heat and humidity, that continues into the weekend.
Boy, the river looks just beautiful. All right, thanks so much, Candace. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you again in a half hour.